So if you haven't seen the big update that came to Patreon just this past Thursday, November 3rd, stick around because it's pretty huge for everybody who uses the platform, especially podcasters. All right, let's get into it. So just this past Thursday, I got an email from Patreon that said that HD video is here. So you'll no longer have to upload your videos to YouTube unlisted or to Vimeo and have them private link or unlisted. I'm not really sure how Vimeo works, but I assume it's kind of the same thing. So there's no more doing that. You can upload your videos straight to Patreon. And the cool thing is that they don't limit it by data. They actually give you 500 hours of HD video time. So that's cool. For me, I do a podcast every week, or at least that's the plan. So my podcasts on average are about 2 hours. And for me, that's enough for 2 years of podcast uploads from Patreon. So that's pretty awesome. And they say on top of that, that this is right now is an early access program, but you get your 500 hours of HD video throughout 2023. And then after the early access, your videos continue to stay up hosted by Patreon. So that's really cool. That's a really big pull from creators hosting their videos on YouTube and on Vimeo to get them all synchronized and everything on over on Patreon. So you can see I've got the email here. It says, welcome to the next chapter of video on Patreon. Starting today, we're giving you early access to a new feature. You can upload HD videos directly to Patreon as part of the early access program. You get 500 hours of HD video, like I said. And here's what to expect. So integrated high performance video at your fingertips. No more messing with the unlisted links, third party integrations, and no more messing with unlisted links. Like they say here in the email, everything is integrated, and you're not going to have any of your unlisted videos now leaked into public playlists. So that was a really big concern for anybody who was using Patreon before. This solves all of that. So another thing they did, you can see the third point here is that it says convert more fans with previews, create customized teasers of your patron only videos that you can share with the rest of the world. So actually, if we go over to Patreon, this is my Patreon right here. I'm going to show you guys. You'll notice that after you upload a video, that on the right side here, there's a little video preview section. It gives you 30 seconds, or you can edit the duration to be as long as you want, up to 2 minutes. So you get a 2 minute preview anywhere you want in the podcast. So maybe an exciting moment that, will get viewers to really want to become a patron of your Patreon. I think that's really cool having that little added feature for the video preview that'll really help pull some people in, or at least entice some people to want to become patrons to your Patreon. So Patreon early access video isn't just for anybody. There are a couple of kind of caveats that you have to adhere to if you want to access the early access video. So looking here, we've got just 4 things that you have to have completed. You have to have launched a page on Patreon, of course. You have to be on the pro or premium plans. There's the light, pro, or premium plans. Not going to go too far into them. And your Patreon page is in the all audiences category. So just looking down a bit further, if you make 18 plus content, your page will not be eligible to use the Patreon video, and your account has to be and remain in good standing. That makes complete sense to me. I mean, it's not asking for much, and they're giving you 500 hours of video. One of the things they're doing as a benefit to creators through 2023 is actually that after 2023, we plan to introduce new pricing for Patreon video that takes into account the cost of hosting and streaming video natively. And then when they do roll out that pricing, all early access creators will have an additional 6 months to use their 500 hours, and the videos you uploaded during the early access period won't expire. That is so cool. That is such a good offer from Patreon to get people to kind of take all of their content library and switch it over to Patreon. You won't lose access to the files, it says here, and your patrons will still be able to stream these videos even after the end of 2023. That is super cool. You'll also have the option to link or embed videos from other platforms. Honestly, super big win, Patreon. Let's go. So this is a huge win for podcasters the world around, and I'm super excited for it as a podcaster creator myself. Also, one last thing that kind of just sneak a little last thing in there. As a thank you for testing with us, we're giving creators who joined Patreon Video Beta 500 additional hours on top of anything used previously before November 3rd, 2022. What? It says you can track your total usage in your settings. They're going to give you up to 1,000 hours of free video storage, which is absolutely insane. I think that's insane. If you scroll down a bit more, you can see that Patreon video features for creators. We got on-platform previews. So again, that's what I was saying before. Anything from a 30-second to 2-minute preview. Custom thumbnails. You get insights, analytics for your posts to show you which patrons watch your content and what makes them engaged. That's really cool. I mean, they're trying to kind of, you know, pull some attention away from YouTube. So it's hard to say if analytics are really going to help your Patreon videos, but time will tell. For patrons, you get picture in picture mode, which is awesome. You can watch picture in picture mode both on the desktop and mobile. You get to cast videos to other devices. Patrons can now cast videos using iOS AirPlay and Android Chromecast coming soon. You can now control the playback speed. It doesn't say what speeds you'll be able to slow down and speed up to, but I assume it probably will be kind of the same as YouTube, down to zero point 0.5 or 0.25 and up to 2 times speed. I think that's the range of YouTube. And a cross-platform play state. It says patrons can start watching a video on desktop, pause, and continue watching in-app. Will save your place. I think that's a pretty cool extra little feature. So it looks like they're innovating all across the board to try and get more creators to be exclusive to Patreon. I think competition is great, and it's just going to make the whole digital space better for everybody. One thing to watch out for, and it shows it at the bottom here. It doesn't say that you can't upload 4K video, but it does say, kind of in half bold here, half the sentence is bold, ensure the output file is 1080p or less. Make sure that the total file bitrate is below 8 megabits per second. And finally, to check that your color depth is 8-bit 420 or lower. I scroll down a little bit further, and it actually says we support most video formats with 1080p or 2K or of smaller definition. So no 4K videos on Patreon. They're not really ready to go that far yet, but you are going to get 1080p and you are going to get 2K. What are the limits of Patreon video? It says that there's no file size limit. However, videos cannot exceed 12 hours in length. If you have a lot of content on Vimeo or YouTube, and you were wondering how to move it over quickly, such as migrating your content over, no such thing is possible yet. Sorry to say. But Patreon does ask, we'd be interested to know if this is something you'd like to see. So please let us know if this is blocking you from using Patreon video. And there's a little blue link. So they do want feedback on it. So if you are a Patreon user, definitely go to the support page. Definitely let them know what's up so they can improve on the service. So once again, I'm just so stoked that creators get the security of knowing that their videos aren't going to be leaked into public playlists anymore, or leaked onto Reddit, or leaked onto anywhere else and shared, and them losing out on that income. So it's absolutely great for creators that Patreon did this to kind of close that loophole. And honestly, I can't wait to upload more videos to Patreon video. I'm really happy about this, and I want to know what you guys think about it. And if any of you are using Patreon or plan to use Patreon now that they've kind of closed that loophole and there's no longer any way for anybody to leak your content. All right, guys, that's it for me. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Smash that like button and absolutely be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, which is going to be right here. So click right here.